Hello fellow internet dwellers, my name is Liv and welcome to my art channel. This has been something I've wanted to do for a while. I'm so excited to finally be giving you guys an eye tutorial, so let's get started. So we're going to start off really simple and select the sketch brush, preferably one that resembles a pencil style. A brush like this can be found in Fresco under Pixel Brushes, Sketch, and it's simply called Pencil. Using this brush will help us to build up the different details of the eye and create more depth. You can do this with other brushes, but I have found for my own style that it works best for me to use the sketch brushes, and I do get great results from that. So we're starting on the first layer and we're going to create a lemon shape. This is the shape of the eye. Now remember to relax your hand while you're doing this. The little bump I've just drawn on the left of the eye, that is the tear duct, and I have drawn it in to create more of a realistic looking eye. Though as your style transforms, you may decide to remove it and that's not a problem. I like to keep it, I think it makes my style look a little bit more realistic. Now we're going to sketch out the folds above the eye. You can make these lower or higher than the ones I'm drawing, whatever feels right. It's really up to you and how you want the shape of the eye to look. If you look really closely at the bottom line of the eye, I'm drawing another line just above it to create a more detailed lower eyelid. Connect this up with the tear duct as well. Moving to a new layer beneath our previous layer, we are going to draw the iris and the pupil. Make sure the pupil is in the center of the iris. On another new layer beneath this one that we've just drawn, the iris layer, slowly and softly add details on the iris. We are going to do this using a zigzag pattern around the pupil. So slowly build this up and feel free to press a little harder as you go to create light and dark spaces. On a new layer beneath the previous one, wow, I've been saying that a lot. Anyway, increase the size of your brush to around 36. We are going to lightly shade in the iris to create more cohesiveness. Feel free to adjust the opacity too. Once you do this, return to the previous layer and add some more lines and details to the iris. Once again, we are going to start shading. This is the super fun part. Put this layer just below the first layer we drew on. Lightly shade, getting a little darker as you go. Do this just under the upper eyelid and around the corner of the eyes for now. Feel free to put your brush also at a lower opacity. I find this does actually really help, so you're not just straight away putting in these dark shadows. You're just able to build it up slowly and until you get the result you want. Feel free to also go back to the first layer we drew on and darken the lines too. Continue to work in the shadows, add some more just above the lower eyelid too to create a bit more dimension. Begin to shade the area between the folds and the upper eyelid to create a little more character in the eye. Next, on a new layer, we're going to add some eyelashes. Remember to curve the lashes. They're not just straight lines protruding from the eyelids. If you draw it without the curve, the lashes will look very unnatural. Unless this is what you're going for, more of a stylized look, I don't suggest doing it. Once that's done, feel free to add more shading around the eye. Start to sketch out the brow very lightly, using the brush to create hair-like lines as you go. You can darken it off towards the end of the brow, leave the center brow section, I don't know what you call it, a bit lighter. This just creates more of a natural look. Moving to a new layer, adjust your brush size to 80 and lower the opacity a little bit if desired. This is when we're going to shade in the skin around the eye to just create more of a cohesive look for the drawing. Some reflections to the iris and pupil. I really love this step. It just brings the whole drawing together. Do this on a new layer and put it above all the layers we've already worked on. Select white using the sketch brush. We can draw these reflections in really anywhere we want. It really depends on where the light source is coming from. While doing this, you can also add some lighter lines to the iris, and I think this creates more interest. It's up to you really, but I like to do it. Also add some shine to the lower eyelid and tear duct. This just creates a more natural look and just more depth and dimension. And wherever you feel you can add reflections, just make sure it makes sense. So that's about it, and I hope you all enjoyed this first drawing tutorial I did. I'm so new to YouTube, but I'm really excited to start sharing more of my ideas with you guys, possibly doing some animations. So please like and subscribe for more content. Leave a comment below also for suggestions on what I should draw next and teach next. I look forward to seeing you all next time, and keep sailing. Bye!